Available now. Link below.
Now in our special report, we expose a turmoil erupting on college campuses nationwide. President Trump stepping into the fray, casting a bold spotlight on the contentious protests. What's really fueling these disruptions? Are academic institutions battleground for political warfare? As we peel away the facade of student activism, the stakes are revealed to be higher than ever. So don't go anywhere. Stay with us to uncover the real story and why it's crucial for every American. Now, folks, before we dive deeper, a quick and crucial message from our sponsor, who makes today's reporting possible. As you see the chaos on campuses mirroring instability, think about your rising energy bills. Like unchecked protests, power costs are soaring, hitting record highs, pushing 20 million American homes behind on payments. I combat these spikes with a simple device that curbs energy waste. You can see it right here. And you can also see it at don'twastepower.com, where you will get a 60-day risk-free trial and 65% off. Don't let utility companies drain your wallet. Visit don'twastepower.com and take control and save. Order now, and you'll thank me later. Now, in today's special report, we take a closer look at the escalating chaos on college campuses across America, a situation that former President Donald Trump attributes to radical left-wing activists. As he stood defiantly outside a New York City courthouse, Trump lauded the NYPD for their decisive action against the anti-Israel protests encampment at Columbia University, stating they did a phenomenal job, and he praised, emphasizing the need to confront what he described as a dangerous leftist agenda. Take a look.
Thank you very much. So as you know, late last night we got back from Michigan. We went to Wisconsin and Michigan yesterday. We had tremendous rallies, sold out rallies. They were packed, and the enthusiasm's never been better. So that was a great thing, and it was nice to be able to campaign one day without being in this ridiculous show trial, Biden trial I call it. But it was quite a day yesterday, and many of you were there. And I appreciate your being there. I thought the coverage was very fair. The economy, people are asking me about the economy. It's doing terribly, and interest rates are obviously not going to be able to be reduced prior to the election because inflation is roaring back. Gasoline's way up, other things are way up, and it's roaring back like they are very surprised. I'm not surprised, but they're surprised. I guess they're surprised. That's what they say anyway. So that's on the economy. It looks pretty bleak for interest rates, and I don't think there's any way they can cut them because inflation, remember, is a country buster. When you have inflation, that breaks countries. I mean, literally breaks countries, and we can't take that chance. So we'll see what they do, but it was sort of announced yesterday they can't do much with the interest rates. They'll have to remain very high, and it's very unfortunate. We had low interest rates, they have high interest rates. That's very unfortunate. When you compare my economy to this economy, not even a contest. We had the greatest economy in history, and now we have sort of a lousy economy, but the problem with the economy is the inflation. And anything you made, you more than gave back. We call it a 50% tax. It's a Biden tax. It's called an inflationary tax. And it's about 50%, and that's what it is, whether you like it or not, and it's too bad. We're down at the trial now, getting ready to spend another day in the courthouse, which is bogus trial that every leading authority on law says should never have been brought, that Alvin Bragg didn't want to bring it until the election happened, and then he brought it. You just do know that this case could have been brought 8 years ago. Could have been brought 8 years ago. Instead, they wait and wait and wait. They know it's not a good case, and now it's turned out to be they've lost they have no case. They have no case. But we have a very conflicted judge, unfortunately, and so you never know. But other than that, there's no case, and it should have never been brought. But if it was going to be brought, it should have been brought 8 years ago. You know, we're talking about 2015, 2016. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And they wait till I announce, and then they start their action, and then they wait till prime time, Super Tuesday. It all started Super Tuesday, the biggest day, which we won every single thing. I mean, Super Tuesday was a big day for me, but that's when it all really came into being. And who starts a case right smack in the middle of somebody's elections? It should be illegal because it's election interference. So we're going to go in right now, and I will comment just quickly on the colleges and universities. It's a shame. I'm so proud of the New York's finest. They're great people too. I know so many of them. They're incredible. They did a job at Columbia, and likewise in Los Angeles, they did a really good job at UCLA. It was very much embedded. And just so you understand, this is the radical left. This is a movement from the left, not from the right. The right is not your problem, despite what law enforcement likes to say. The FBI director said that he worries about the right. No, don't worry about the right. The right's fine. Worry about the left, because this is a movement from the left. These are radical left lunatics. And they got to be stopped now, because it's going to go on, and it's going to get worse and worse. And, you know, they take over countries, okay? And we're not letting them take over the USA. We're not letting the radical left morons take over this country. You can't let that happen. And the law enforcement and the people at DOJ, instead of going after Donald Trump, they ought to look at what's happening in their own offices, because you're loaded up with radical left people that want this country to fail. And we're not going to let this country fail. Thank you very much.
Trump's comments underscore a deep concern about the nature of these protests, which he argues are not just spontaneous student movements, but rather part of a broader orchestrated effort by the radical left to destabilize the nation's educational foundations. This isn't merely about freedom of speech or the right to assemble. It's about safeguarding our academic institutions from becoming battlegrounds for political warfare. And the urgency of Trump's message is compounded by the inaction from current political leaders. Amidst the growing turmoil, President Joe Biden's response has been noticeably muted. As anti-Semitic rhetoric and violence surge at these demonstrations, Biden's silence raises questions, serious questions, about his administration's willingness to tackle these critical issues head on. Now, in a pointed critique captured on his social media, Trump called out the Biden administration directly, stating, "This is a radical left revolution taking place in our country. Where is crooked Joe Biden? Where is Governor Newsom? The danger to our country is from the left, not from the right." And furthermore, it's been revealed that many of those arrested at these protests are not students, but external agitators with no ties to the universities. This startling fact was confirmed by New York PD reports and adds another layer of complexity to the situation, suggesting these are not merely local student grievances, but part of a larger, more coordinated effort, possibly designed to instigate societal discord. As educational institutions are thrust into the spotlight of national controversy, the implications are vast. Not only are these protests disrupting academic activities, but they're also threatening the very core of educational integrity and freedom. This is a wake-up call to all Americans about the potential long-term damage to our republic if such activities continue unchecked. And in a recent exchange, President Biden briefly addressed the situation but dismissed the need for significant intervention, a stance that has only fueled more debate about the adequacy of his leadership during these tense times. Watch this.
Mr. President, have the protests forced you to reconsider any of the policies with regard to the region?
No. Thank you.
Mr. President, do you think the National Guard should intervene?
No.
Mr. President, do you agree with what the students are calling for?
Mr. President, the former president.
What a disgrace. Now, Team Trump, however, is not standing idly by. They urge all Americans to see the truth for themselves, to recognize who is truly fostering divisiveness and violence in this country. This call to awareness is more than just political rhetoric. It is a plea for vigilance and action from every citizen. Watch.
Press always asks me, don't I wish I were debating him? No, I wish we were in high school, I could take him behind the gym. That's what I wish.
I said, no. I said, if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
That you cannot be civil with a political party that wants to destroy what you stand for, what you care about.
If you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
President Walker, how do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
When they go low, we kick.
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Please, get up in the face of some Congress people. What a stupid son of a bitch.
As we conclude this segment, it's clear the stakes are higher than ever. This isn't just about protests, it's about the future of our nation and the values that we cherish. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. It's time for my final thought. Today's revelations reveal a profound struggle not just for control of our campuses, but for the very soul of our nation. As left-wing radicals attempt to reshape America, it's imperative that we stand vigilant. Remember, the liberties we hold dear, the freedoms we cherish, they are at stake. It's not just about preserving peace on campuses, but about safeguarding our republic's future. This isn't just news. It's a call to action for every patriot. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.